If any of you have read this title, you may be thinking, huh? What does Star Wars, football and making money have anything to do with each other? So it's a bit of a weird title, but bear with me. Right, so if you know me well to any extent, you may have heard me say once or twice that Star Wars is my football. Or if you're based in the States, Star Wars is my soccer. And what I mean by that is I've never really been a football fan, but I've always been extremely passionate about Star Wars. And there's one thing that I've seen in some football fans that I know, and that being, once they've picked a team, regardless of the journey that team has had, some of them are loyal to the end. It doesn't matter how well or badly they're doing, how well or badly they played in their last match, their loyalty is unwavering. And I have a very similar mindset when it comes to Star Wars. So I've been a Star Wars fan for, wow, almost 50 years, so almost 5 decades. And in that time, my loyalty and passion for Star Wars has never wavered. Now, during that span of time, there's been periods when it wasn't seen as being cool to be a Star Wars fan. And then there's been times when it's been very cool to be seen as a Star Wars fan. And you find that people somewhat jump on the bandwagon of being a Star Wars fan. But then there's been times during that period when you could say it's been slightly embarrassing to be a Star Wars fan because of the latest movie perhaps, or the latest series that's been on streaming TV. Everyone has their own opinion. But that in no way has an impact on my passion for Star Wars as a whole. That loyalty of mine is unwavering. Now, sometimes your loyalty to something can be affected by what people might say around you, for example, and it may impact your decision on whether or not to watch the next movie, the next series, etc. So today I'm in a similar dilemma. So if you're a fan, you may be aware that The Acolyte is being released on Disney today, but it's already released. And depending on what you've been hearing, you may or may not be keen on watching it. I myself will be watching it. Why? Because I'm a loyal Star Wars fan. And some of the things that I've heard concern me, but at the end of the day, I always like to make up my own minds. I don't like to be wavered by what people say. I'm making up my own mind. And that's very similar to the mindset that I have. Good morning, Donna. That's very similar to the mindset that I have when it comes to business as well. So if I was to use the analogy, this time not with football, but with business. Now, a lot of us will have the desire or the passion, the mindset, the aspiration to become an entrepreneur or to have some kind of side income to complement whatever they might be doing in their regular 9-to-5 job. Now, if that's the case, I can almost guarantee that anyone who has ventured along those lines has had a mixture of experiences. You would have had good experiences, not so good experiences. You may have made money, you may have made no money, or you may have actually lost money, either a small amount or even a large amount. So going to that mindset of loyalty and making fully informed decisions, that may impact your desire to move on to the next venture. But my mindset is similar to, and a few people have used this example in the past. Let's just say you're a single person and you're dating, and your last date or relationship didn't really turn out that well. And for most of us, they wouldn't then conclude that they're never going on a date again. And most of us wouldn't then conclude that we're not going to try and try and find someone to have that, well, there's no such thing as ideal, but to try and have a really good relationship with. And that's my mindset when it comes to business. I've been around long enough to have made money, lost money, and had mediocre outcomes in various ventures that I've done over the years. But it would never ever occur to me to not strive to find a way to ensure my financial independence in the future. That's my mindset. So much like with a relationship, I'm of the mind that whatever's happened in the past, I don't let that close my mind or negatively impact my desire to pursue whatever I feel is going to enhance my financial destiny and give me that financial independence. Similar with relationships. If you've had past relationships and they didn't turn out well, I would humbly suggest that it's best to try your utmost to pursue future relationships with an open mind, not to let the past colour your perception of the person that you're hoping to, get to know and have a relationship with in the future. Now, that doesn't mean you ignore the past, but I think it's much more important to learn from the past rather than make you, in brackets, bitter and make you come to the conclusion that I'm never going to have a good relationship, so I'm not even going to try. The same with entrepreneurism. Just because one might have had challenging or negative experiences in the past, it would never occur to me to suddenly conclude that I'm never going to try and do anything that's going to enhance my financial destiny. That's my perspective. And it's with this mind that I look at things. And that's why I came to the business that I'm in now. So what am I in a sense saying? If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if it doesn't resonate with you, I'd also like to hear your thoughts. But if it does resonate with you, you're the kind of person that I'd love to engage in and potentially show you the opportunity that I'm in now and give you an opportunity to look at this business model and see why I'm so passionate about it. So yeah, that's broadly speaking all I wanted to say. So if you're passionate about entrepreneurism, you don't have, how shall I put it, you're not influenced by the opinions of people who, in brackets, know not of what they speak. So the same with, so going back to Star Wars, if someone has a negative opinion of something Star Wars related and they've never seen it, of how much value is their opinion? And the same with entrepreneurism. If someone is talking to you about a business venture of which they know nothing, or the information that they have is either minimal or secondhand information, how much value does that really have? Or would you rather listen to the perspective and opinions of people who have experienced, what you're pursuing, the opinions of people who are earning 6 figures or 7 figures, even 8 figures? Whose opinion is of more value? Now, if you're of the opinion that, if you think that the opinion of informed people has more value than the opinion of people who have strong but uninformed opinions, then I suspect you're the kind of person that's going to resonate with me. Chances are also that you love to travel, have a passion for travel. So if you have both of those combined interests, I'd definitely love to hear from you and have a good conversation with you. So what's my mission for today? I'm going to do 2 things. So as mentioned earlier, a lot is being said about the Acolyte. I'm going to watch it and form my own opinion. That's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I hope it's going to be a positive experience, but I'm going to still see it through to the end. And on the second point, if you happen to live in London, I'm actually going to be at a travel business presentation this evening, 7 o'clock in London. So feel free to reach out to me to ask about that as well. It'll be a great opportunity to be fully informed about this business opportunity and then make a decision. So for that, just reach out to me. And if you're anywhere near North London at 7 p.m. this evening, I'd love to hear from you. And that's me for now. Have a great day and take care of yourselves. Bye. Chances are also that you love to travel, have a passion for travel. So if you have both of those combined interests, I'd definitely love to hear from you and have a good conversation with you. So what's my mission for today? I'm going to do two things. So as mentioned earlier, a lot is being said about the Acolyte. I'm going to watch it and form my own opinion. That's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I hope it's going to be a positive experience, but I'm going to still see it through to the end. And on the second point, if you happen to live in London, I'm actually going to be at a travel business presentation this evening, 7 o'clock in London. So feel free to reach out to me to ask about that as